Hi everyone. Thank you all for joining the webinar. So as you all know, the webinar is on design trends and future predictions. So me and Vaishnavi will be your speaker today for this webinar. Also, please stick to the end of the webinar. I am 100% sure that you all will take a lot from this, and after the webinar, you can ask any question or query to us. Okay, so let's begin. So I will start with my introduction. Hi guys, my name is Akash Kalsi and I am a UI UX designer with a total of 4 years of experience. And it's been almost 2 years working with Mindbrowser now. So I will quickly tell you about today's contents. So we will start with the current design trends in the industry. Then we will show some real life examples of websites or app to you. Then how these design trends have evolved and what were the reasons for that. Next is what will be the future of designs and the role of emerging technologies in design. And then what are the best examples of these emerging technologies and products like ChatGPT and their impact on future designs. And finally, from my side, what could be the future design trends in the UI UX industry. The rest of the contents will be covered by Vaishnavi. I will quickly tell you about them as well. So the first one would be the importance of staying ahead in terms of design trends. The next one is the tips for how you can stay up to date with these design trends and technology advancements. And finally, what are the best practices for integrating these future trends into your design work? Okay, so let's start with our first topic, which is current design trends in the industry. So, as we all know, UI UX design trends are constantly evolving over the past few years, whether it's a neuromorphic design, dark mode, bold typography, 3D graphics, or illustrations, and so on. So, these design trends have always come to create more engaging and immersive user experiences for the user and also prioritize the functionality and usability of our designs. So let's look what are the most common, most used or famous or whatever you want to call them, the design trends which we have seen over the years coming into the world of UI UX design. So the first one is the new design trend, and one of my favorite and trendy designs which we have seen in the last couple of years. So this design trend is basically the blend of skeuomorphism and flat design. So it creates a 3D sort of effect by using shadows and gradients to make interface look like it is embedded into the surface. And also some people called it as a soft UI because it appears very soft, or basically you are it feels that you are using an app designed on a neuromorphic design. It makes you feel that you are touching or clicking on a very soft and a smooth surface. And also recently it got very popular in the UI world because of its sleek and modern appeal. Also there is some disadvantages of neuromorphic design trend as well, that it could negatively impact users with the visual impairments or color blindness, because its design is based upon the shadows and gradients that might be difficult for the people with the visual problem. And also it is very difficult to use this design across different devices and platforms because of its design limitations. Also this you can see in the CRED app as well. So they have used neuromorphism in some design elements, but not in the whole app. And now I think they may change. They are changing their UI and navigation as well. Okay. So the next we have is the 3D design. So as you have seen in recent times, that many apps use these big 3D designs to look more attractive. So we have seen minimal designs in the recent years, but we have 3D designs as well, especially the 3D illustrations, which have become a lot more popular in the recent years. So it basically attracts a lot of sight of yours, and also you can use this in a variety of ways, such as in animations, or could be in interactive experiences, or could be anything. So especially when you want to take users focus at some part of the UI which you have created. The only challenge I feel using these 3D elements in the design is that they makes the loading time very slow, and it takes a lot, and it also takes a lot of resources, and you can especially see this in the low end devices. But still I feel you should definitely try this in one of your projects. It is very fun to use these 3D elements. Okay, so the next one we have is dark mode. So who doesn't know about it? This is one which we all love, right? We all want a dark mode, especially in our social apps, so that the white light doesn't bother our eyes in the night time when we are chatting and exploring, right? And yes, it does save the battery life at some point as well. So yeah, it's good to use dark mode in the apps. Also, not just this, but we all feel like a dark and bland grays look very pretty cool, right? So yes, dark theme is one of the most popular design trend in recent years, and many popular apps such as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook now offers a switcher for dark mode. Also, if you use Snapchat, so Snapchat give you the option in the app appearance section that whether you want to explore the app in the light theme or the dark theme. Okay. So the another trendy option that just as popular as dark theme is gradients, I feel. So gradients look really cool, simple, stylish, and very high quality as well. So lots of people uses gradients in their designs. Most popular examples are Instagram and Spotify, which are widely used by many people. So we being the designers all enjoy using gradients because they add some kind of depth and create a sense of dimension to the design. So this brings the design to life and makes it very interesting for me at least. So these days gradients have become a very favorable choice among the designers, and also the users are also liking it a lot. Next one on our list is asymmetry. So instead of opting for symmetry in their designs, these days designers have seen using asymmetry in their UI, while symmetrical design often creates a clean and simplistic look. We have seen asymmetry is becoming a growing trend in the recent years, where people intentionally using these asymmetrical designs, as you can see on the right side of the screen, or you can say the uneven distribution of the elements. So basically what it does is that it creates a some kind of visual interest and takes users attention, which is making it a favorable choice for the designers. Next we have another famous design trend, that is bold typography. So we have seen bold typography is being used by many designers to make some impact on the designs, and usually it uses to draw some attention of the users to add some important information. So the only thing which you need to take care, according to me, in the design trend is in this design trend, that you should choose the right set of fonts for this. Don't use such kind of font that doesn't look good when you are using their bold version. So just be careful with that. The final one we have in the design trends is hand-drawn illustration. So we have seen illustrations almost from the beginning of modern UI, right? But hand-drawns are also now the ones which are very famous and became very popular in recent years. So it gives a personal and organic feel to the design, according to me, and it's especially used where we're gonna, give some raw kind of feel to the design, and it also looks very classy and creates a very unique brand identity. So if you are an illustrator along with the UI UX designer, then you surely need to use this in your next UI projects. You won't regret it. Okay, so yes, guys. Also, there could be some more design trends, but these were my favorite and most used design trends, which I have seen used by many designers in the recent years. And I am sure if you are a designer or wants to become a UI UX designer, then at some point you will also gonna use these design trends into your work. So next, we will see some of the most famous websites or apps using these design trends in their UI. So the first one is Pinterest asymmetry. So if you are a designer, you surely have used Pinterest for your inspiration stack, right? and you have noticed that it put design in an asymmetric way, which has mainly two reasons, I feel. So, from the UX point of view, it allows you to see every design or image in the app according to its size in the thumbnail only, and gives you a full view of it so that you can scroll and explore all your inspirations. The next, as we discussed before, it gives you a visual interest to the designs and makes it very engaging to the users while they are scrolling through the feed. Next on our list is Spotify's Gradient UI. So you have probably used Spotify before, and you must have noticed how they are using the gradients in their designs. So here's something very interesting I want to share. So when you play a song, the background of the app changes to match the album's artwork, which looks very cool, and it is a very good engaging feature that makes the whole experience more fun for the Spotify. The next example is Duolingo for 3D illustration. So if you ever wanted to learn a new language, you might find Duolingo in your app stores and play stores. So Duolingo is the one who uses 3D illustrations to help people recognize things easily in the app. So it is a sort of educational app, you can say, and they make it very engaging for the users by using these big 3D elements in their app. Okay, so the next section is all about how these design trends have evolved and what are the reasons for that. So let's move on to some stats on how exactly these design trends have evolved over the years, and it usually depends upon the technology advancements and user expectations or needs basically. So the first one is the minimal design in UI UX, which has increased from 26% in 2018 to 51% in 2022, which is a very huge expected jump, I would say. So minimal design is a game changer. We all know that, and let's talk more about it. How does it become so popular among the designers all over the world? So, minimal design known for its simplicity and elegance and gives importance to the UX perspective of the design. Basically, as we all know, in minimal designs, we give respect to the white space and reduces the visual elements or removing all the unnecessary clutter from the user interface. So why do we do that? The main aim is to create a design that should look clean, uncluttered, and easy to understand to the users, which automatically makes the user experience much better. And also, the main focus of minimal design is on creating a design that should be functional, intuitive, and aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, right? So when we create minimal designs, we uses a very simple typography, usually sans serif fonts, and also a very limited color palette to make our design look clean. Because at the end of the day, our main aim should be is to create a design that communicates the necessary information and actions to the users without giving them too many, visual distractions and elements in the UI. Also, we often say that minimal design is a modern design and became very popular in the recent years, especially I feel due to the rise of mobile devices and the need for the responsive design. Why I'm saying this? Because if I talk about the UX point of view, minimal design improves the usability and accessibility of the interface because it helps us to make our designs for different screen sizes, and we don't need to adjust a lot with it. The next very amazing stat is that the use of bold typography, which has increased in the recent years, with Google Fonts reporting a 52% increase in the use of bold fonts between 2018 and 21. So we have already talked about bold typography and why it is becoming so popular in the recent times. Also, one of the main reason I would feel is the availability of these high quality fonts. So websites like Google Fonts, The Fonts, or even Adobe Fonts, for example, offers a wide range of free and open source font, which you can use for both for your personal and commercial projects. Many of these fonts are available in bold versions, which makes it very easy for designers to use these bold typography in their designs. Also, the use of bold typography is a unique and very effective design technique, I would say, that can help to improve the readability and hierarchy and visual interest of a design to the users. So with the growing popularity of these minimal designs and the availability of these high quality fonts, we will continue to see more and more bold typography in the coming years, that's for sure. Okay, so the next step is the from the UX collective, where the use of micro interactions has increased 40% between 2017 to 21. So let me quickly tell you about what micro interactions are. So basically, it's a type of user interface elements that involve small, very simple animations or visual feedback in response to users' action. So they are designed, in a way that to enhance the user experience by providing very clear and immediate feedback and creating a sense of, interactivity and engagement. So, for example, you must have seen this in buttons. The hover effect on button, which basically slightly changes its colors, which gives you a sense that you are hovering onto it. Or maybe when you click on it, if the page takes a while, you might have seen a loading animation appearing on the button rather than the usual text. So these could be the small, like examples of micro interactions, which basically gives immediate response of your action. Also, guys, micro interactions plays a very important role to make the experience better for the users. The more you practice these, the better you become, right? Okay, so the next stat is about the dark mode. So in 2021, Apple reported that 50% of iOS users has enabled dark mode within a year. So which is not much a surprise for me, and we have already, we have already talked a lot about it, and the craze about the dark mode is insane now, and it will be increasing day by day, that's for sure. Okay, so the next section we have is the future of these design trends and the emerging technologies. So I'm gonna start with the most talked about thing in the recent time, which is artificial intelligence. So it is a type of technology that helps machine learn and perform tasks that typically requires human intelligence, like recognizing speech or identifying objects in the picture, or could be something else. Basically, if I talk about AI is like a brain for machines. So it allows them to understand things, make decisions, and carry out tasks on their own without needing the constant directions from humans, you can say. So AI used in many different ways, like could be from helping us to find the best route to take on our commute, or could be to predict which movies we might like to watch on streaming services, and could be a lot more. So as the technology gets better and smarter, we can expect to see even more amazing things being done with the AI in the future. Okay, so let's talk about how AI is changing the UI UX industry, and let's know how AI can be used in the variety of ways. So the first one I would say is design automation. So AI powered tools can automate many repetitive tasks that UI UX designers typically perform manually, such as creating wireframes and visual designs. So there are many tools which are coming into the market, which creates a very quick wireframes and designs according to the information you give to the AI. Of course, you can't use them directly in your projects, but definitely you can use them as your inspiration stack, and can begin with those, and it will give you a really good start to work on your designs. Okay, so next, you can use AI tools for your user research, testing, personalization, or more. The best tool which I can, which can be very helpful to you is ChatGPT. So many of these things we can do it by the help of ChatGPT. So we will discuss in detail about that in some time, and we will know how ChatGPT helps us in a lot of ways. Okay, so the next is accessibility. So let me tell you first what accessibility is in UI UX design. So we as a designers need to take care of people with disabilities as well, and we need to ensure that everyone can use and enjoy digital products what we make or design, especially from the user experience perspective. So AI tools can help us to make our designs more accessible by analyzing the design and suggesting changes to improve accessibility. And by this, we can make sure that our design will be accessible to everyone. So, overall, guys, AI has the potential to significantly enhance the UI UX design process, enabling designers to work more efficiently and create more user centered designs. However, it is important to note that AI is not the replacement for human designers, but rather a very good tool to help designers to do their work more effectively. So let's head towards our next technology, which is augmented reality and virtual reality. So you must have heard about these technologies from somewhere. So if not, let me explain to you. So these are the two very special technologies that designers can use to create really cool digital experiences for people. So augmented reality basically adds digital things like pictures or information to the real world around us using things like our phone or special glasses. So for example, if you ever heard of the game named Pokemon Go, in which you point out your phone camera to the real world, and in the game or app you catches Pokemon, which feels like they are in literally front of you. So it is basically makes things very fun, or also helps us around more about what we are looking at. So virtual reality, on the other hand, makes a whole new world for us to explore using those special glasses that we wear. So some of you might have used these big glasses. What they basically do is to show your eyes a whole new another world. So especially if we can take example of a video game, so it makes you feel that you are inside the game and playing it. Also, guys, I literally have personally tried it in a gaming zone, and trust me, it's a big fun. So if anybody of you haven't tried it, please try it at least one. It is one hell of an experience, and especially when they make you do the roller coaster ride in those VR glasses. Okay, so both AR and VR can help us to make really interesting and fun user experiences and interfaces for people to use. Uh, However, I would say it is not easy and could be a tricky task to create these experiences, and also could be expensive to make, because at the end of the day, designing and development cost matter. So need to be a little careful, as these are very new technologies which is coming to the market, and everybody are still learning and adapting these. So let's start with an example in the how in UI UX design. So AR can be used to create virtual try-on experiences for the retail customers. So you must have seen in few apps they used AR as a technology to literally try on a wearable on the human body. You can take example of the Lenskart, which basically allows users to see how the product would look in real life on them before making a purchase of it. The other example you can take for AR is in could be in museum. So you can make an app using AR technology, in which users can just point out their phone camera, and they can able to see additional information by looking at the antique artifacts, which will create a more interactive and educational experience for them. So in VR, we can take example of real estate industry in UI UX design. So users can literally wear those VR glasses and can experience the properties which they want to buy, without going on multiple places. So it is especially very helpful for the people who is living very far and can't spend their whole day coming and looking at the properties on the multiple places. So we being the UI UX designers can improve their experience while they are looking at the property by giving all the additional information that a user will require. The next example we can take for VR is in education. So we can use VR to create immersive learning experiences that help students to better understand the complex concepts. So yes, guys, overall we can say that AR and VR are a very powerful tools that can help us designers to create more innovative and exciting digital experiences for our users. Okay, so let's move towards our next topic, and this is the Internet of Things. So it is a type of technology that basically connects everyday devices to the internet. Allowing them to communicate and share data with each other. So if I talk about it in a very simple terms, IoT is like a network of devices that are all connected to the internet, from your smart thermostat, or could be your security camera, or maybe your fitness band, or even maybe if you have a smart cars, all is connected by the internet, and you can control everything with their apps. So by connecting to the internet, these devices can communicate with each other and with us, which makes our life easier and more convenient. So what we, being the UI UX designer, can do is to create these experiences that allows users to control their smart home devices, like adjusting the temperature, turning lights on or off, and locking door by just on their fingertips. We can make it so easy that they could do everything with just few clicks. So basically we can see these technologies already entering into the market, in which you can manage your whole house by just taps on your mobile devices. So isn't it amazing, right? So the other example, if I give, that we can design an interface for a wearable fitness tracker app that displays data about user according to the user's daily activity, and we can suggest some personalized workout plans based on that data, which I think many apps has started doing it. How to make it simple and interesting or immersive, that is our job. So yeah. Yes, guys. So basically, the possibility for your IoT in UI UX design are endless, and as more devices become, connected to the internet, we can expect to see even more innovative and exciting application of this technology in the future. So let's quickly move on to the best examples of these emerging technologies and products, specifically for artificial intelligence, which we are seeing becoming very popular these days. So, starting with my personal favorite, and I think everybody's favorite these days, and a very, very hot topic, that is Chat GPT. So, what is Chat GPT? So, it is a language model created by OpenAI, which means it is a type of computer program, that can understand and generate human-like language. So, if I'll say this in a very simple terms, so Chat GPT is like a chatbot with whom you can talk online. You can ask ChatGPT any questions. You can give some commands, or even if you want to have a conversation with it, it will give you a reply in a way that you are chatting or asking questions from a human being. So isn't it amazing? And also at some extent, it feels scary that like how can the system talks to you and understand every query which you are asking from it, right? Okay, so moving on to how ChatGPT is changing the UI UX industry, and let's know how we designers can use this tool in a variety of ways. So the first one I would say is in user research and testing. So let's say you want to do some user research for a project, and you want to know something specific of any particular niche, or maybe some stats, or could be some user pain points. So you just needs to ask ChatGPT, and it will help you analyze all the user data and behavior to give you some real and valuable insights according to the user needs and preferences, which you guys can use in your design decisions. Of course, it also majorly depends upon your commands and questions, whether you are asking the right thing from ChatGPT or not. So just be careful with that. Next up, we have is the personalization. So for each user, there are different requirements and needs, right? So let's take an example for this as well. So every customer, or maybe you working on the UX side of things for your own personal project, and you want to add something very new to the project which has not been done before by anyone. So with a data analyzing power, ChatGPT can create a personalized experience for individual user based on their preferences and behavior, which helps you to focus on things what ChatGPT has suggested more, more creatively, and you don't need to waste any time in finding the right set of requirements, and you can focus on other things. Okay, so the next is design suggestions. So this is one of the ways ChatGPT can help UI UX designers. Uh, ChatGPT has the power of analyzing lots of data about what users like and dislike when it's come to the design, and then they can able to provide suggestions to designer based on the information. So for example, if many users prefer a certain type of color palette or font, ChatGPT can suggest that designers should use these particular elements in their designs for this particular niche or the requirement what we have asked from it. So this can help designers make more informed decisions and create designs that are more likely to be, well received by the users. So the next is no more lorem ipsum and dummy text. So I wrote it like this because usually UI UX designer puts lorem ipsum, or you can say dummy text, into their designs because of many reasons. Majorly, the client or users haven't decided what text we can add to those design in the design stage, or maybe because of some delays from the UX writers or copywriters, or could be anything. So when the actual text is added later, the designers might need to make changes if it's too long or too short. However, now we have the option to use ChatGPT to get the text quickly, and I feel soon there will be plugins available that allows us to write text directly within our design tools if you are using maybe Figma or Adobe XD. Okay. So the next is accessibility, which I also covered previously in the AI technology part. But let me tell you how ChatGPT can help in accessibility. So, for example, ChatGPT can analyze a website or apps and suggest changes to the color contrast or font sizes to make it easier for people with visual impairments to use. So this can help designers create design that are more inclusive and usable by the wider range of people. So yes, guys, overall ChatGPT is a very valuable tool for UI UX designers, and it will help streamline your workflows, gather feedback, and also helps you to generate new ideas for your design projects. So the next example of artificial intelligence is voice activated interfaces such as Amazon Alexa and Google Home Mini. So we all know that we need to download their app on our mobile devices, and then we can able to connect with that. And in those apps interfaces, it allows users to interact with the device initially. Like basically the AI recognizes your voice, and you basically tells AI that, yeah, this is my voice, by speaking I think 4 or 5 sentences, and then you finally start interacting with those devices or application using voice command instead of buttons or any touch. Okay. So basically, in simpler terms, you are talking to a virtual assistant from whom you can ask question, or even you can ask them to play a song or maybe some news, all by speaking out loud, right? So we designers can use voice activated interfaces to create more intuitive and user friendly experiences for the users. So let me make you understand with an example. So we can use these technologies in a variety of ways, such as we could create a voice activated interface for mobile app that allows users to order a food or maybe book a ride or control their smart home devices, all by having a all without having a tap or swipe on their screen, just by saying out loud. Or even in future we can see Zomato or Swiggy using this technology very soon, in which you just need to tell these apps that I want to order this food from this particular restaurant with some basic details like your address and what will be the payment method, and yes, you are good to go with your order, without touching your phone. Okay, so yes, guys, and trust me, these voice activated interfaces are becoming increasingly popular as more devices like Amazon Alexa, Google Home Mini are incorporating this technology on a very, very insane level. So these are the great examples of how AI can be used in UI UX design to create more natural and seamless user experiences. Next is the great example of augmented reality, which is related to shopping experience. So I will tell you this with my own personal experience. So recently we have some renovations going on at my place, and we need to choose multiple things for it, like choosing the right set of flooring, tiles, paints, much more. So I was exploring through multiple e-commerce apps of these popular brands like Orient Tiles and Flooring. So they are giving me a very cool feature that you just need to choose the flooring design, and then you can turn on your phone camera and literally see that flooring on your room in which you want that done. I mean, it was so cool to have. We all know that how much it is difficult for the users to choose such type of things, which is coming into so much of variety, and which is also very expensive to buy. So with such technology, we UI UX designer can use AR shopping experience to create more engaging and interactive user experiences for our user. Another example we can take here is to create an AR shopping app that allows users to try on clothes or could be furniture store, as you can see on the right side of your screen, and can be able to see how these furniture would look like in our place by just turning on the camera. And yeah, it is very cool, and it is very easy to know like what looks the best in your place. Okay, so yes, guys, these AR shopping experience is becoming increasingly popular as more retailers and people incorporating these technologies in their online stores. The next we have is the smart home devices, which are the great example of IoT technology in UI UX design. So these apps are so great in the market that you literally manage your home with your fingertips, and all your devices are connected to the internet and can be controlled through your app, which is basically connected with same internet connection. So we can use these smart home devices to create more seamless and intuitive experiences for our users. How we can do that needs a bit of research, and maybe you can take some help of AI or chat gpt to answer this. And also in some real estate properties, we are already seeing the smart home app that allows users to control all of their connected devices from a single interface. Very futuristic, I would say. So all these smart home devices are becoming very increasingly popular as more people are looking for ways to automate and simplify their lives. And also it is a very great example how IoT can be used in UI UX design to create a more convenient and connected user experiences. Okay, so let's move to the final topic from my side, which is the future of UI UX design. So the first one should be technology advancements, the one we talked about already a lot. So artificial intelligence, VR, and AR. So UI UX design will surely become very immersive and interactive, because in the near future, everybody wanna have these technologies in their products to give better experiences to the users. And also the integration, which is very important for us, that will be much more easier with time. So we will see a lot more products on these technologies in the near future, that is for sure. So the next we have is the personalization and customization. So the future of UI UX design will prioritize personalization to meet individual user needs. So we will definitely use the data driven insights and user preferences with the help of these AI tools, to create highly customized experience for users and according to their needs. So maybe this could include recommendations, tailored interfaces, and adaptive layouts that we can adjust based on the user, behavior and preferences. Next up, we have is minimalism and simplified interfaces. So we all know that minimalism has become a design trend for a long time now, but it will continue to shape UI UX design in the future. That is for sure, because of its simple and clean interface with intuitive navigation. It will remain in the demand from the users and will also ensure that users can quickly and easily find the what they need while using an application. So minimal design trend will keep on growing and it will be irreplaceable by any other design trend in the future, that is for sure. Next we have is the voice and gesture interfaces. So as voice assistant and gesture recognition technology become more advanced, so we designers will gonna adapt these interfaces in our future products. So just keep in mind that we will need to consider that the unique challenges and possibility associated with these voice commands and gesture based interaction to create very seamless experiences. Okay, so the next we have is the accessibility. The future of UI UX design will definitely prioritize accessibility. So we need to create digital experiences that are accessible to the people with disabilities. So as I already mentioned it earlier, that we need to ensure that everyone can use and enjoy their products. So we may need to add, other alternative input methods or graphs or other UI elements, and also we need to take care of the accessibility guidelines in order to make this work for everyone. So the final point, the final one we have is like the micro interactions and the animation. So as I told you before, what micro interactions are. So in the future, we can expect more new plugins and tools in which we can easily make this small yet impactful interactions, such as animated transitions, hover effects, and micro animations in our designs more effectively and make it more intuitive and fun. Also, I would like to say that by inclusion of these small details, it will also add a sense of delight and make the overall experience for the more engaging for the users, and it will grow day by day, and we will see a lot more details by the designers in the coming future. So yes guys, as designer we have the opportunity to create user experiences that are immersive, personalized, inclusive, and delightful. So by using these emerging technologies, we can design digital products that truly understand the user needs and increase their overall experience. Okay guys, so this is it from my side. Now Vaishnavi will take the lead. Over to you, Vaishnavi.
Thank you so much, Akash. So, hi everyone. I will quickly introduce myself. I am Vaishnavi Annawar. I work at Mindboss as a senior UI UX designer. I have 6+ years of hands-on experience in the field. So, my journey started with a curiosity for human behavior and the problems humans face and a desire to solve them. And this brought me to UI UX designing. A lot of people ask me what to do to become a UI UX designer. Is it all about tools? Do I have to learn tools or do I have to learn different processes like design sprint or anything? So, it's not about just that. These are all just the ways to implement a solution. It is all about finding a right solution, finding a user friendly solution from a problem that client has come up with. So for a client, problem is an opportunity to actually go into the market and do some business. And for that, he's not like he. It doesn't matter for him what ways you are implementing in. It matters to him how user friendly solution you are building. So that is from my end. So now I want to tell you from where the need arises to conduct this Learning Saturday session on this topic. So I have been taking interviews since years now, and I found that candidates gets the answers of the conventional questions, but when they are asked about which is your current favorite app that you feel meets your UI/UX expectations and is best for taking inspirations, or when they are asked about the new updates of the tool they are using, or what are the current trends going on in the market, then at that time they fail to give a satisfactory answers. The reason being, once we get the job and start working, we forget about the learning part or keeping ourselves updated. So there we thought of having this session. So now till now, you have already got an idea about current trends and all, but henceforward, I am going to tell you some motivational things like why you should follow it or how you can follow it. Now that you can see on the screen, now I'm going to tell you few things that like importance of staying up to date with the design trends. Now these are the following things. The very first is user expectations. It is very important to meet user expectations, right? So design trends often emerge in response to evolving user preferences and expectations. So by staying informed about the latest trends, we can ensure that our work aligns with the current user tests, creating experiences that feel modern and familiar to the target audience. This helps in maintaining user engagement and satisfaction. Next is a competitive advantage. This we all know that design trends are not static. They evolve and change over time. By keeping up with these trends, your creative solutions will differentiate itself from the competitors out there. So competitive advantage is there. And this is how you grow professionally as well. Designers who are committed to staying up to date with emerging trends and technologies are more likely to experience professional growth. By acquiring new skills and knowledge, we can take on more challenging projects and positions and increase our value to our employers. Next, sorry guys, like I could see one hand raising, so you can ask the questions in Q&A round. Okay. So next is innovation. So what is the meaning of being innovative? Is it a built-in feature that any human has? Can you say that, oh, this person is innovative, he has got that skill from birth? Can you say that? No, right? So innovation comes from the capability that you have developed over the years. That means you have to be constantly evolving with the evolving industry. Stay ahead of the curve, stay informed about the new tools and technologies, emerging design trends, and changing customer preferences. So, what can be the best example where innovation comes in? Where your talent comes in. You already know what now you know what are all the design trends, what's going on into the market, but where your talent comes in. So you where it is where staying true to your brand, that is difficult. Keeping a balance between the emerging trends and not losing a sight of your brand's identity and values. Ensuring that any design elements align with your brand's messaging and tone. So, keeping a balance is somewhere your innovative ideas can come into place. Okay, so last is best practices. So, see, this is a chain. Design trends signals best practices in UI UX design. And if you follow best practices, then you become more industry relevant. So, your designs can reflect the current state of the industry and the preferences of clients and employers. Yes, next slide, please. So here are a few tips of staying up to date with the design trends and technology advancements. Most of you must be already knowing this, but I'm just giving you a push. Very first is follow industry leaders and influencers on social media. Following industry leaders and influencers is an excellent way to stay connected with the latest trends, insights, and best practices. The UI UX design field has numerous industry leaders and influencers who actively share their expertise and insights on social media. While it's important to explore and discover individuals who resonate with your interest and learning goals. So if you ask me the names, then no, I'm not going to suggest you, because actually it's your journey to explore. Each individual has the need of different type of content. You have to first explore what kind of content you currently need, and who all are the people out there delivering such content. But of course you can explore with hashtags like UI/UX design, user experience, and design thinking that can help you discover additional voices in the design community. Next is attend online workshops and webinars. Once you start exploring over social media, you will get the relevant workshops and webinars. Take out time, try to attend those. Recently, I came across a very good webinar by growthschool.io, which was about generative AI for UX designer. So internet will keep helping you with relevant material. You have to take the next step. Third is join design focused online communities. Engage with other designers and creatives to share ideas and insights. Collaborating with others can provide new perspective and help you identify trends you may have missed. So Facebook groups are there. When you start attending webinars, you can create group there also. So yes, these are the things you can do. The second last is experimenting with new tools and technologies. Don't be afraid to experiment with new trends and technologies. Incorporating new ideas into your work can help keep it fresh and relevant. Same example I will take. When I ask an interview what tool you use, if suppose Figma they say, then I ask them to share their screen and a Figma file, and I ask them to show me the design system, the use of components, auto layouts, or any micro interactions they have made, or any animations they have tried. Then very few have such things to show. So make use of everything that is provided. Try out things. It will definitely be useful in any of your projects. And last is, of course, last one is reading. Actually, reading is the solution for everything, I can say. Even books you can read design and technology blogs and newsletters. So yes, you can read a lot. Next slide, please. So best practices for integrating future trends into design work. So finally, this is the last topic we are going to discuss. And you have to keep working on your skills, and with time you will be able to achieve your goals with ease. So let's have a quick look at the practices that you must have in your mind. So the very first one is collaborate with experts. Working with experts in relevant fields can help you gain valuable insights and perspectives on emerging trends. Collaborating with experts can also help you identify potential challenges and opportunities associated with the new design. The next in the list is conduct research. Conducting thorough research on emerging trends and their potential impacts on your design work, that is also crucial. This can include researching industry reports, attending conferences, analyzing data, and observing user behavior. You have to keep your eyes open on the trends that are there in the market. Okay, let's move forward with incorporating trends into the design system. Once you have identified relevant trends, it's important to incorporate them into your design system. This can include updating your design language, creating new design patterns, and defining new design principles. Then be adaptable. As new trends emerge and existing ones evolve, it's important to remain adaptable. Designers should be willing to pivot their approach and adjust their strategies as needed. In our industry, the trends keep on changing, so don't stick to one or two things. Make sure you have the quality to adapt to the changes. You have to make strategies as per the new trend. And the last one is learn continuously and evolve. Finally, it's important to continuously learn and evolve as a designer. This include everything that I have listed above. So now that we have reached the end, I will end the webinar by saying these trends might seem overwhelming sometimes, but if you get hold of them, then no one can stop you from shining in your own field. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for your time. The Q&A starts now, so you can drop your questions in Q&A section. Although we have very less time remain, but
I can see one here.
yeah.
What considerations should we keep in mind to ensure neuromorphic interfaces are easy to understand and use for everyone? So I would say just make the elements clear and understandable. Try to avoid using any complex design or icons which is not clear, or at least try to be consistent as well. It is very difficult to be consistent when you are making designs with neumorphism especially. And if you are able to achieve it, it will be very helpful for your users to have familiarity in the designs, and also they can able to navigate easily throughout the app. So also, if possible, try to make it in a way that it will be accessible to most of the people. Hopefully it answers your question.
Also, I will give a suggestion that don't go for a neomorphic designs if you have a very complex project, like projects with a lot of features. So at that time, use a simple designs. Neomorphic can be mostly used in IoT devices, some kind of that applications. Okay.
Are there any design trends that have become less popular in the yes, there are some design trends that have become less popular or outdated, you can say. The first one which comes in my mind is skeuomorphism. So this tries to mimic the real world objects, which becomes very heavy for the interface and sometimes make it very complex and cluttered. So people don't, use those now. And the other which comes in my mind is those flashy animation and effects. So such as, spinning an icon or animated background. So due to its complexity and untidy interface, it has become less popular and nobody uses that. Everybody is using the minimal designs these days.
Okay. So, guys, unfortunately, we are running out of time. We have here our email IDs. If you have any further questions, please drop us an email over this and we will definitely reply you back. Also, I want to tell you one more thing that the opening is there for UI UX designers with 3+ years of experience. So, who all are interested in can drop an email or resumes on HR's email address. You can find it on LinkedIn or our own website. Okay, then thank you so much, guys, for attending this and taking out time on Saturdays. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.